At this point and moment, I also recall with great sadness the tragic loss of one of our principal secretaries, Mariam El-Mawi, to the consequences of a terrorist attack. I pray that her family, friends, and colleagues may be comforted, and I pray too that this nation never forgets the selfless public service that she gave to it. For all that, I repeat here what I have said elsewhere. Ultimately, security will be found and sustained largely by transforming our politics and in revitalizing the spirit of patriotism and of responsible citizenship. For even though our democracy has become more competitive and Kenyans have grown freer in the multi-party era, that liberty has come with a price. All of us have endured an almost permanent state of political campaigning, which has divided Kenyans, sometimes very tragically, as in 2008. That disunity, fellow Kenyans, is a direct threat, not just to our freedom and not just to our prosperity, but also to our nation. Beyond terrorism, we remain vulnerable to other security threats. Many of them, from terrorism to trafficking, range across our borders. So we cannot be self-absorbed. We must be our neighbor's keeper, no less than our brothers. The same principles that guide us at home must also govern our relations with our neighbors. We defend democracy abroad as we do at home. We want for others the peace that we enjoy here, and we are grateful for the solidarity extended us by our brothers and sisters on the continent. So, we offer it to others in return. I believe last year's events showed the soundness of these principles. Our region, honorable members, is not at peace. Somalia remains troubled, unfortunately, largely by foreign agents who weaken its government and who divide her peoples and who threaten to reverse the gains that we have all so painfully won under AMISOM. Through it all, we remember that our brothers and sisters in Somalia want to prosper. And we equally prosper if they are safe. It has been our policy then and now to help them regain the peace and prosperity they once knew. We worked and continue to work to secure foreign funding and to support, commensurate to Somalia's challenges, the help that they need for the people of Somalia to build a strong and stable government. Indeed, that is why only a few days after I spoke to this House last year, it was my pleasure to welcome President Mahmoud Abdullahi Mohammed in March of 2017, where we laid plans for a renewal of relations between our two nations. And an early outcome of our agreements that day was the resumption of direct flights between Nairobi and Mogadishu. And members may be sure that more such agreements will follow. I cannot also, at this juncture, resist mentioning a visit to Somalia in the first quarter of last year, during which I had the opportunity to speak to our soldiers deployed in Somalia. Their courage and their devotion to their mission was extraordinarily inspiring. I ask you, honorable members, as I have done in the past, to keep our men and women in uniform in your prayers and in your deliberations, and to devote yourselves as wholeheartedly as they have to our region's peace and therefore security.